Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss poem The Voice of the Rain, written by Walt Whitman, class 11th. Walt Whitman is an American poet who was born in 1819 and he died in 1892. He is also known as the father of free verse. Very fantastic poet, no doubt. So, before starting the poem, let us understand something about the title. The Voice of the Rain means something rain has said. Now, how can rain say something? It has expressed something. The poet has written this poem and he has expressed the voice of the rain in his own words, we can say. So, this poem basically tells us about the pleasure given by the rain. What does rain do on this earth? That has been described in this poem. Let us start. So, these initial words express conversation between the poet and the rain. A question was put up by the poet to the rain. Who art thou? Archaic words. I must say, who are you? Said I to the soft falling shower. So here, the poet has put up a question to the soft falling shower. He put up the question, who are you? Which strange to tell. Why it is strange to tell? Because it gave me an answer. Surprisingly, the rain gave an answer to the poet, which has been as here translated, later on. So, the question put up by the poet was answered by the rain, and it is quite surprising. How can rain give an answer? These words are expressed by the poet, translated by the poet, what has been said by the rain. The rain says, I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Now, dear students, very meaningful words, I must say, I am the poem of earth. How can rain be the poem of earth? We see, when there is scorching heat, the living beings and all living creatures, they find it difficult to survive during that scorching heat. Even the plants get withered. So, after that scorching heat, life comes back to the earth in the form of rain. When rain comes, there is prosperity all around. There is greenery all around. So, that is the reason the rain says, I am the poem of earth. Now, here in the next 2 or 3 lines, water cycle has been discussed. In science, we have studied that water gets evaporated in the form of vapors. It forms clouds. It gets condensed and it comes back to the earth in the form of rain. Same has been discussed here, but in poetic lines. Let us see. Eternal I rise, impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. Eternal, it will be always, forever. This process will never end. I rise, impalpable, means which cannot be touched, as I told, in the form of vapors. Out of the land. Now, what is the land here? The water sources. It can be river, it can be pond, it can be lake. So, it rises and it cannot be touched. It rises in the form of vapors from the rivers, lakes and the bottomless sea. And sea, which is immense source of water. From there also, it goes up in the form of vapors, and this process will be everlasting. It will never be discontinued. Upward to heaven. it rises up towards the heaven. Whence? Now dear students, when it rises towards heaven, when it forms clouds, whence means where? At that place, vaguely formed. Vaguely means the shape which is not clear, which is unclear. So the shape of cloud is not clear. So from there, altogether changed and yet the same. Very, you can say, typical words. Altogether changed and yet the same. Different ideas put in a line together. Altogether changed. How it is changed? When the vapors are formed, they go through the process of condensation and they form water droplets. And they come back to the earth in the form of water. So rain comes back to its original position, that is in the form of water. That is the reason it is written yet the same. I repeat, it goes towards heaven where the shape is changed, unclear. Now the vapors got condensed and they form water droplets. Their shape is changed, but when they come back in the form of water droplets, the rain comes back to its original position. So this was the explanation of these lines. Now I come back to the poetic devices, or we call figures of speech, that I must say. So first, personification. Personification, where it is which strains to tell, means the rain, when the poet puts up the question to the rain gave me an answer. So here an inanimate object is presented as animated, means a non-living thing is presented as living. So this is personification. Now next I come to altogether changed and yet the same. Dear students, this is known as antithesis. Means there are two different ideas put in a line together. Altogether changed means it was changed also and yet the same, but it is still the same. So there are two different ideas in a line. This is an example of antithesis. Yes students, let us see the second part of this poem. I descend to lay the draughts, atomies, dust layers of globe. In earlier lines we have discussed the water cycle complete, we have discussed. Now the rain says I descend. Descend means come down. I come down to lave. Lave means wash the draughts, atomies and dust layers of globe. What does it do? It says I come down and I wash the draughts, the scarcity of water. It fulfills that. Atomies, atomic particles, it washes each and everything. Dust layers of globe, earth where dust is there, it removes those dust particles, means it gives new energy to the earth, we can say. And all that in them without me, without the rain, were seeds only. Means the rain says without me the seeds cannot come out and there cannot be the existence of plants. Without rain, seeds are only latent and unborn. Latent means hidden, and they cannot take birth without the existence of rain. When rain comes down, the seeds which are hidden under the soil, they germinate and they come outside. So without rain, these seeds will be hidden and they will be unborn. Their birth is not possible without the existence of rain. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin. By day and night means continuously. It gives back life to my Origin. What is the origin of rain? Earth. The earth gives birth to the rain. As we have discussed, the vapors go upwards, they go through the process of condensation and they come down in the form of water droplets. So earth renews, it revives the life on the earth. It gives back life, as I have discussed. In the summertime, when there is heat, after that when the rain comes, there is a new life in the living creatures, in the plants, in the animals, in everything, we can say, and make pure and beautify it. It beautifies the earth. It makes it more beautiful. When we roam around during the rainy season, there is a different feeling of energy. So it revives, it makes it pure, as we have discussed. It washes the dust, it removes the dust, and it beautifies the earth. Now I come to the last two lines. It is not the part of this poem, but these two lines play an important role in this poem because there is comparison between song and rain, music and rain. Dear students, when something is not the part of the poem and it is attached with the poem, to make it more effective, we can say it is known as parenthesis. So let us see. For song, issuing from its birthplace, from where a song takes birth. Exactly when a singer sings a song, that reaches the audience. After fulfillment, what is the fulfillment? What does this word mean here? Means, what is the role of music? What is the role of rain? To make the people cheerful, to make them happy, to make them pleased. And their pleasure is the result of song and rain both. So after fulfillment, after fulfilling their aim, wandering means moving here and there. Why does this word has been used? Why this word has been used? Because ragged or unragged, these two words are written here. Whether somebody cares for them or not, whether, let us take an example. When rain falls on a roof, there are some people who enjoy that, and there are some people who keep on sitting inside their rooms watching TVs. So, and one is outside and he is taking shower in the rain. There is difference in attitude. So whether somebody cares for them or doesn't care, it duly with love returns. It comes back always with love. The same is with song, the same is with rain. Both of them, they take birth, they move around, and with love always they come back. So this is the comparison between song and rain. So this was, dear students, this was all about the poem. Now let us discuss the poetic devices and some difficult words of this poem. Right from the start, let us see, as I have told you, these are the words used in archaic English or Old English. As I told you, who are you? These words have been used. Now next we come personification. It gave me an answer. Now here rain, which is non-living, it gave an answer to the poet, means it is an example of personification. The bottomless sea, it is an example of hyperbole. What is hyperbole? Exaggeration of a statement. When we exaggerate. So now here in this in these words, if we see bottomless sea, which is not possible. Sea always has a bottom. So this is hyperbole here, a statement which is exaggerated. Next we come altogether changed and yet the same. There are two different ideas put in a line together, example of antithesis. Next is metaphor. Here song has been compared with rain, so it is an example of metaphor here. So these are the different poetic devices used in this poem. Dear students, I conclude here. The poet has had a conversation with the rain. The rain says that it is the poem of the earth, and without the rain the seeds will be latent, hidden, unborn, they cannot take birth. And the rain does its work completely. It makes the people happy, cheerful, and there is comparison between song and rain. Both of them, they take birth, they move here and there, they complete their work, and they get the love of the people. They do not care about the people. People love music, people love rain, and they get love of almost all human beings. So this was all about poem The Voice of the Rain. Thank you.